You're listening to Family Today with Fumi Johnson.
Last week, I started talking about how to protect your marriage from infidelity. And so many questions, so many. Someone sent me a long note on my email saying, why are you always giving attention? Why are you asking the women to do so much? Keeping a marriage is not about the woman or the man. We would have a part to play. The mistake that had been made in the past is that a lot have been said about what the woman should do and what the man should not do, or what the man should do. Anytime you tilt the balance, you tilt the equilibrium, there will be a problem. So we can't say now, because now women are kind of at the receiving end, then we start exonerating them from certain things they're supposed to do. The way God made it from the beginning, men are supposed to act in a certain way and women in a certain way. And if either of them fail to do so, it will be a tilt in the equilibrium. So I will not support the man or the woman. I will try as much as possible to go by what God wants us to do. Now, I'm talking today again on how to protect your marriage from affair. How can you work towards not, giving room for affair? I already shared 3 points, last week. I said the first one is come up with expectation as a couple, as in set clear boundaries as to what you can and what you cannot do. I remember I gave the example of the lady that said, I was going to hitch a ride after church, and the good brother said, I'm so sorry, I cannot give a ride because we have agreed that we are not going to carry the opposite sex when our spouses are not there. It sounds not take a house help that is a female. He said, you know what? I would rather not put another female, close to my husband, because he may be easily distracted. I don't really know what that means, but that's what she said. So you have to set clear boundaries based on what is applicable to your home. Maybe you want to take, domestic staff of a particular age bracket. Maybe they should be over 40, over 50 or something. You don't want to take a teenager or something. You know what works for you, but set clear boundaries. Make your expectations clear. And I said, make your spouse a priority. Very, very key. And I will still say that, you women, I'm a woman too. I got 3 children. The natural tendency is to divert your love and attention to your children when you start having them. That is not right. The problem is when women get married, they take over the whole responsibilities of the home. That is also not right. And I'm saying this especially to younger couples. Now that you're just getting married, sit down with your spouse and agree as to how the home will be taken care of. It is not the responsibility of the woman to clean the house, make the meals, wash the clothes. No, it's not written anywhere. Not in the Bible, not anywhere. It is what we have skilled ourselves to do. And right now, especially those of you that are engaged or single about to get married, you better sit down and negotiate how you want that done. Don't swim into it and just automatically, naturally assume that it is God-given responsibility and role of women. No, it is not. Many people have found themselves in it and they've been living with it. So they now end up being unhappy, resentful to their husbands because they are doing so much. So you don't have to go through that route. You can sit down with your spouse and you can both agree. We need to do the laundry. We need to make the meals. We need to keep the house clean. Can we afford to staff it? Or do we take turns doing it? It is important for you to negotiate that. When you do that, before you now have the babies, when the babies come, then you automatically know that, okay, you are the mother, you have to breastfeed, you have to do certain things. Okay, maybe you do the night duties. I express overnight, and then you feed the baby in the night, and I do this. You can negotiate how you make it happen. But don't you ever divert the attention that is meant for your spouse to your child. If you do so, it may be okay for now, but you'll be raising dysfunctional children who will also not know what the right prioritization should be. You should not do that. Most women have done that, and now they have raised sissy men who don't know how a man ought to behave. Let the son see the father as a model of what a good father should be. But when you are the father and the mother in the house, you will raise up men who will be sympathetic of your cause and who will think that a woman is just supposed to be an object to be pitied. Women are not objects to be pitied. We are made in the image of God. We have the Spirit of God inside us. The Spirit of God does not have gender. That's why the Bible says there is no Greek, there is no Jew, there is no male, there is no female. So don't stop making this dichotomy. Okay? And I'm saying this to those of you who are still overwhelmed by household chores. The ones you're not able to handle, you can ask someone else to do it. You can staff it. Okay, and if you cannot afford to staff it, you can work with your spouse. I'm going to open the phone lines now. The number to call, I want you to join in this conversation. How can we protect our marriage from affairs? How can we prevent infidelity? Is it even possible? You can join me 0700 923 923 923 0700 923 923 923. And if you want to chat me on WhatsApp, it's 0817 313 6193. 0817 313 6193 is for WhatsApp, and then to call is 0700 923 923 923. How can we protect our marriage from affairs? Number 3, I said make quality time happen. Make quality time happen. Very, very important. Love is spelled in the 4-letter word, T-I-M-E, time. Create time. If you work 8 to 5, like in Lagos, it's not 8 to 5, it's 5 to 10. You work 5 to 10 because you have to wake up by 5 or 4 o'clock, leave home very early to be able to make it to office by 7:30, 8. If you have to, maybe you are working in the bank, you have to be the one to open the vault and all those things. I have a caller coming in. Hello. Oh, I lost that call. You have to try again. 0700 923 923 923. I was talking about if you're working in Lagos, it's 5 to 10. Okay, so you come home tired. You've spent the better part of yourself. Can you keep your marriage alive during the day? Keep in touch. That's part of spending quality time. Take a break for a minute or two and send a text. Just record, audio record. I don't like texting, but I don't mind talking. So what can you do if you like talking? Record it. Just pause for a minute and say into your phone, I'm here to say I'm still loyal. You understand what I'm saying? You just say something like that. Say, I just want you to know that you are important to me. I want you to know that I love you. And I just called you for nothing. Just because you're my mind. Say something like that. Keep your marriage active during the day. It's part of keeping your spouse, on track. Not that you're monitoring her or him. You're letting him or her know that he or she is important and that you're still loyal. It's important. And I said, the most important room in your house is your bedroom. Keep it the way you want it to be. Let it have memories of you. Do you want to hang something somewhere? Do you want to paint it in a way that is important to you? And then the activities that go on there, let it be sensational. Let it be something that you can remember. Okay, it's early morning, so I don't want to discuss into details, but that particular room, do something nice there. And make sure you just do it in a way that is interesting to both parties. Let both of you look forward to going there. Okay, don't just make it that it's just a bedroom and all you do there is sleep. Let it be your secret place. Let it be your haven. Let it be your hiding place. Let it be your treasure. Okay, create some fun, create some games, just keep it alive, and then be intentional, be deliberate. Okay, decide what your dream marriage is. Decide what the goal will be. Decide now. In spite of the things you're going through, decide what you want it to be. You may not have gotten there yet, but you can have a picture, and then you can set the picture that, I'm looking forward to a marriage that is like this. That when we're at this age, we will do this, and when we move on to this place, we'll do this. Even though your children are in kindergarten now, you can say that when they get to, how are we going to attend their graduation, which is some 15 years away, you started putting it in place. When you have such milestones that you have already planned, it will be difficult for the thought of separation or divorce or having an affair, Be intentional. Be deliberate. Okay, it's easier said than done, but but you can make it happen. You can actually say that together we will do 5 minutes exercise. Maybe just squatting, up and down. Whilst you're doing that, and say that every day we're going to look into each other's eyes after the 5 minutes just to say I love you. These are little ways to create memorable times and seasons to keep your marriage alive. The issue is the chores, the responsibilities. They take away the fun of marriage. And when you were dating, what you had was the fun. And that was why you were eager to get married. But immediately you get married, you throw the fun out of the window. And then the marriage becomes boring. It becomes a pile of responsibilities. Can we just spice it up and be intentional? Let me give you a clue. A clue this weekend. You can do something. If your wife or your husband like flowers, go get a strand of rose. If he or she likes, short notes, why don't you write a few lines, and just say, I just want to do this. Or maybe you want to do something. Put something, maybe like a cone of ice cream. Put it on a cup. Put it by the bedside. Do something different. And let your spouse know that this weekend is deliberate, is intentional. I just want you to know that I love you, especially if you're going through a difficult time. Yes, I don't even have money. We only have ugu in the house. Cook that ugu the way you want. Whether you are the man or the woman, whoever is the best cook, and just put a little fish, let it stick out, and then put it somewhere and say, that's it. Or do hide and seek. You don't need money to do hide and seek. You say, oh, we're already 20 years in marriage. I don't care even if you're 70. You can still do hide and seek with your spouse. Bring fun back. Be intentional, And then one other thing, make sure everyone that is your spouse's friend, at least even if they're not your friend, you know them. Most times, these people are drawn away by negative friends. And those are the friends that you don't like. When you like your spouse's friend, even if they want to go the other way, those friends may say, this guy is not that bad. Now you don't have to do it. And let me tell you, don't deceive yourself. Men are deceiving themselves into thinking that women are not having affairs. Women are having affairs. And a woman is like a deep well. They can keep the secret and keep it really, really tight. So don't be deceived that, it's only men that have affairs. Okay, we're going to go on a short break now. And when we continue, we're talking about how to protect your marriage from affairs.
Paul says it is better for a single man to marry than to burn. Are you single, married, widowed, separated, or divorced? Join me on Family Today.
Family Today with Fumi Johnson is one program that will bring you in alignment with who you truly are and open your mind to how you rock your significant interpersonal relationships while sidestepping the landmines, culture, religion, and society have laid in your path. Family Today with Fumi Johnson goes where others are shy to go and shines the light in the dark corners others have forgotten. Tune in at 11:30 a.m. every Friday to listen to Family Today with Fumi Johnson on Inspiration 92.3 FM.
And we're back to the program.
You're listening to Family Today with Fumi Johnson.
Okay, we're back to the program. This is Family Today with Fumi Johnson. And you want to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, follow me, Fumi Johnson 1. We're still talking about how to protect your marriage from affairs. Okay, it's so important because once you do it, it becomes very difficult to stop doing it. So it's better to not do it. And I've told you how to heal yourself from the hurt if it's been done. Okay, we can actually live pure and holy, and we can have a good time in our marriage. Number 7, I'm talking about never be alone with the opposite sex. Don't ever call yourself a macho. Don't think, I know 3 lovely women, wonderful women that have fallen. They were enjoying the consolation and the comfort of the opposite sex. And they thought, me, I can never do it. I married as a virgin. So, me, I can't do it. Excuse me? When your emotional heart is open up, you cannot control it. So make it a point. Don't stay with the opposite sex when a third party is not there. I don't care how holy you are. Don't give room. Never give a foothold to the devil. That's what the Bible says. Say, resist the devil and he will flee. Okay, there's some things you don't bind, you don't pray about. You just prevent it. So don't make the opposite sex company what you will just naturally enjoy. Don't make your bestow the opposite sex. Okay, if your best friend was a guy before you got married or a girl before you got married, the moment you get married, that friend ceases. That best friend has to be transferred to your spouse. Okay, so never be alone with the opposite sex. Okay, and then texting members of the opposite sex, counseling members of the opposite sex. We've seen many counselors sleep with their counselee. So don't do it. Okay, if you're in that position, okay, except you're in that position of high authority, and make sure that your glass window is there and your secretary is right on the other side. Because by the time you say, you mean your wife did that? Seriously? Seriously? And you now begin to weigh with your own wife who wouldn't even do half of that. Before you know it, sympathy becomes empathy and it becomes something else. So make sure you set clear boundaries. There's a great man of God is going to be with the Lord now, Billy Graham. He said he would never counsel without, a transparent place, as in the glass windows, everything is not that you'll be hearing their conversation, but he's already set clear boundaries. So there was no scandal in his life. So, and I'm saying this to especially counselors, don't think that you're a macho and you can handle it. Don't give room for it. Don't give room with the opposite sex. And I said, number 8, open the vault. What do I mean by open the vault? No secret. Say, really? Yes. No secret. I know that's a tough one because a lot of couples have secrets. They say, hey, yes, my husband is a spender. Me, I'm a saver. So I try to keep some money. It's money you will start keeping. Then it will become something that will become something that will become something else. I know, yeah, we may not have joint accounts, but we should be able to know that, this is what I am doing. I know wives that have built houses and their husband don't know anything about it. When we marry, we become one. So whatever it is that is keeping both of you from working together as one, let's look at it. That means you're not really married. You're just co-tenants with a certificate and common responsibilities. If we want to really make the marriage to work as one, then we have to make it one. We have to leave our father, our mother. That means to leave old ideologies, old philosophies, old associations, and cleave to our spouses and become one. If you're insecure with your spouse, let's talk about it. If something is going wrong, let's talk about it. Someone sent me a request for counseling. Yes, I counsel people. I don't charge for my counseling, but I have a limited time. And if you're that person listening to me, yes, you can still send that request again. I will tell my secretary, will give you a time. You can call, don't call, send us text message to 0802-318-2030 for counseling. Okay, you can still join the program. You can call me 0700-923-923-923. We're talking about how to protect your marriage from affairs. If you're married and you're faithful to your spouse, if you want to share an idea with us, you can go ahead and do so. I said number 8, no, open the vault, no secret, no secret. Please, no secret. Say, okay, what about if you want to do a surprise? Maybe a surprise party, a surprise gift, and just for a short period. Don't make it a habit to keep secret from your spouse. You see, the flesh is weak, and I want you to know that. And it's easy for us to gravitate towards things that gratify the flesh. So don't give room for it. Try. So ask yourself this golden question. What if my wife knows about it? Okay, we have a caller. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good days. Almost noon though. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Matthew. I'm from Yaba.
You're calling from Yaba. Okay. What do you want to contribute or ask this morning?
Okay, I just want to ask you for the good work too. Actually, this is what we need at this point in time. The question today, where you feel we don't know the marriage about. So I really appreciate.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Are you married or single? Okay, we have another caller. We lost that call. I will address that. Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon. Good day, though. It's not yet noon. What's your day? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Danny Sereno. I'm calling from
Okay. What's your contribution?
First, you made a very fine and I project point now that first I have. That's what I call in this station now.
Okay.
I had to come up for. I have my wife, and basically the problem we have had is that because it says that I spend a lot of time on my children rather than spending on her. I told her no, these are our children, not my own children. Because of that, she made her mother work on 2 houses. She had my cousin, and the one that built that, I told her, so it gives me a lot of dread. And I look rejected as a Nigerian. But therefore, I'm not going to tell you from that is because of what he said now, it really touched my heart, and that's why I think that the best thing to do is to call this station and thank you for your unconditional support and your all regards assistance. I wish you listen to this so that you get to know how things are done. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, like, I only have 30 minutes on Friday morning, okay? I'm not judging, I'm not legislating over your home, but there are a lot of things that could have gone wrong for your wife to have done that, okay? The Bible says in multitude of counsel there is safety. We can call. Let me get this call and I will give you an address what we can talk about. Hello. Yeah, good day. What's your name and where you calling from? Marina, okay. What's your contribution or question this day? Okay. Wow. Hmm. 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 Okay, that's very good. I'm gonna just, are you faithful to your wife? Okay, you can go off the phone. I'm gonna tell you this. Just listen to me. That's okay. Thank you for calling, and I'm happy that you're concerned about your relationship. That's very, very important. If you're faithful to your wife, there are several things you can do. Number one, invite your wife over to work. Let her come in by 6 o'clock. Let her stay with you till 12. Let her see exactly what you're going through. So when she sees that, she can now stop imagining. You know, maybe her imagination is running wild. What kind of work are you doing till 12? Let her be introduced into your world. Then if she understands what you're going through, then you can still now keep the communication line open. Remember I said there are several things you can do. Send her a text, tell her what you're doing now, let her in. Because when you come into the house by 12, you should be tired, fact out. Of course, you should also be tired, fact out. Having worked all day, she's the only one taking care of the children, taking care of the house. She should be tired also. So if you don't want to strain on your marriage, both of you will need to sit down and reorganize yourself. That's your source of income. I won't ask you to leave the job, but let your wife know that she is important. Okay. And if you need more counseling, you can follow me Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and then send me a private question. I will be able to answer. You can also send a comprehensive email, familytoday@fumijohnson.com. I will answer. My passion is to see marriages stay together, work together, and be good. I've been married now 26 years. By December this year, I will be 27. I have a wonderful husband, wonderful children, and I want you to have the same. But you can make it work. Okay, I used to work really, really hard too and go home late, but my husband understood what I was doing and we're both able to agree as to how it was going to be. So you can make your wife know that. But if you want more counseling, you can see me privately. And then the man that saying that the wife went to build a house, yes, it's good for husband and wife to work together. I work together with my husband, okay? But let us know what led to it. Some men are very lazy, and then some men, you know, are just not committed to making things happen. And so the wife is like, you know what, I don't have a good future with you. Let me secure myself. A woman is security prone. We need to know. and then we can still adjust it and amend it. But no one in the marriage relationship is supposed to be a loafer, whether a man or a woman. I had this very, very funny joke, very annoying. It's like when a man gets more money, he wants to acquire more women. But when a woman gets more money, she says, I don't need a man. Those two are wrong. Okay? When God said it's not good for a man to be alone, he meant it. The man needs the woman and the woman needs the man. And not one is superior to the other. Oh, we don't have a lot of time. You need to round this up. My number 9, choose to love your spouse deliberately. Love is not a feeling. Love is an action word. You have to make up your mind to love your spouse every day. So how do you love? Just like you want to love your dog. You know, but when you want to love your dog, I'm not a dog lover, but my husband is. You deliberately go to the dog and cuddle the dog. When you play with the dog comes back, wags a tail to you. I have to continue this, but I want to talk about politics and family next week. If you're not able to follow me, and I'll be able to give you the rest of the points, I actually have 16 here. I'll be able to list it. You know, Funmi Johnson won. I would have to stop now because time is not our friend, and we'll continue Family Today with Funmi Johnson same time next week. Thank you.
Family Today with Funmi Johnson is powered by the Capstone Church Without Walls.